crease. And here he is facing Sean Pollock. And immediately showing the difference. Aggressive in mind and back to ball, straight back past the bowler. It's a long chase for Adams, who just gets to it before the rope. Yes, he does. But a nice confident start to get off the mark. We've seen that blokes playing and missing this morning. Mark Waugh comes to the crease, Keith, with a positive. Oh, I think Mark Waugh lost that. He stopped. Now he's a chance for a run at it. Buck can hit the stumps. Well played by Richardson. He got away around a long way to back up. Mark Waugh thought it was going to be a shorter delivery than that. Started to let it go, and the ball actually hit the bat. He didn't hit the ball.
It was sort of panic stations, wasn't it? That Mark completely caught off guard there by the one darting in.
Off the back foot, gets it through. That's racing away towards the boundary. That's 4. Beautifully timed.
What a magnificent shot there from Mark Waugh. He's looked fantastic this morning. Hope I haven't put the moz on him. A short ball, back foot across, and punches it wide of Herschel Gibbs. Good effort though, nearly got a hand on it, but this ground is so quick here at St George's. Look at the footwork, back and across on his toes, leans forward and hits it for 4.
Mark Waugh just following that, guiding it down to third man, letting the pace do the work for him. No problems there at all. No bounce for Cronje on that occasion, and Mark Waugh, who's really in some terrific form here this morning, sparkling form you might say, on a wicket that is very difficult to play on. You see that he just followed it, guided it along the ground. There's no third.
Mark Waugh cuts, and in the air. All players put their arms in the air, but that man here, he's got his arm in the air, and that's the most important thing. Australia's 150 up, thanks to a boundary from an aggressive Mark Waugh.
Yes, Mark Waugh just got a little bit under it here. You can see it going in the air, and just what a Kirsten there. He just throws his head up in despair. Just got his hands a bit underneath the ball, hit it right in the middle though.
And a gully now to McMillan for Mark Waugh. And in between the two of them, so he's done it cleverly, racing away towards the boundary. A boundary for Australia this morning, the second to Mark Waugh, and just trying to get too clever, Brian McMillan and the team as far as school placings, and Mark to split the gap.
Mark Waugh, soft hands. Look at the way he just worked the ball in between the gap there, and it's amazing, David, but a lot of runs have been scored down to third man for both teams, the Australians and the South Africans. You can tell the soft hands when he just worked the ball down to third man. I think I might have thought about employing a third man.
Australia beautifully played by, and a diving over the top of the ball. Well, there's nothing worse than that when you know that every run's important. Alan Donald broke his heart there just a little, just a twinge, when the mid-off fieldsman ran around and, if you like, did a swallow dive over the top of the ball. Beautifully timed, mind you.
Yes, it was, and 22-year-old Lance Klusner, the 12th man, who's been alternating with Pat Simcox, not able to stop that, and I'm sure if he sees that on the replay, he would know that he's certainly given away 3 runs. Certainly should have stopped it. He's an athletic.
Given more air, Waugh is driving, gets it through the covers. This will go to the boundary for 4. Worth its weight in gold.
Magnificent shot there from Mark Waugh, just going with the spin of Adams. Adams has been pretty brisk so far this morning, hasn't flighted them up there, but this one was up there. Just a little bit more elevation in the delivery, and Waugh right to the pitch of the ball. And I think, as we were talking yesterday, this is the fellow that can guide Australia. He'll have to do it.
Well, it's the important wicket for them if they can take it, and that's very, very nearly done exactly what they wanted. Mark Waugh tends to flick the ball in the air on the leg side. Alan Donald is just about at the end of his tether at the moment. Slower one, and that'll be 4. That is really well played. Over pitched, he tried the slower Yorker, fuller pitch one, having banged a couple in. But Mark Waugh not at all fazed by that, and just eased himself into it. Really didn't hit the ball hard at all. Timing and placement.
Just class. Look at the way he's just moved towards the ball. Soft hands. He looked like he hardly hit that. He's got such a good bat. £2.9, £2.10 bat. He just caressed it wide of.
And Waugh, beautiful use of the feet, down the ground. He's a beautiful player in form, isn't he?
Sure is, and he just has this very simple technique. never seems to be tied down at all, and that's an important part of this innings. Just a couple of steps down the track. There's obviously some risk involved there, but feeling confident enough to be able to dispatch it to the boundary. Such an easy flow of the bat, would follow through right off the middle of that new bat.
Waugh on the back foot, getting it away, beats Gibbs. A chase presented up towards the boundary for that young man. He picks it up about 15 metres in from the line. He's got a couple. There's his century.
What a magnificent knock. He's left Test 100, 15 boundaries, 1-6, 198 balls in 284 minutes. It's probably one of his best knocks he's ever played for Australia.
Almost the last gasp now. It's in the air, just going to land short of Lance Klusner at mid-on. Nothing's gone right for Alan Donald in the last few days. That one, Waugh facing. I think the runs might come fairly quickly now if Mark Waugh can stay there.
Beautiful shot. Through the covers, 4 runs. So you have a rest from the one day, as I really would.
Sturts bowled him. Jacques Kallis has finally got through and done what no other South African bowler has been able to do over the last 24 hours. Get through and finally dismiss the Mark Waugh. Magnificent innings by Mark Waugh. His 11th Test century, and I think his best by far. He's played some terrific innings for Australia over the years, but none better than this. Great concentration and determination, wonderful flair, and it took a terrific delivery to get rid of him.
But what an amazing game cricket is. Alan Donald just bowled so well to Mark Waugh, but wasn't able to nail him. Kallis comes on, picks up the centurion, but at the end of a terrific innings, probably would have been even better if he'd have been able to carry the bat right through, but that 116